So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports and 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, amid climate concerns and insurance premiums on the rise, the Bahamas could become uninsurable. We have the details. Plus, the Grand Bahama Shipyard speaks candidly about the repair facility's impact on Grand Bahama. And police seizing a large amount of suspected cocaine over the weekend. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news, are you paying high insurance premiums? Well, the reason for that may come as a shock as the Prime Minister reveals the adverse effects of climate change. More details are in tonight's top story.
The Caribbean, and particularly the Bahamas, is becoming uninsurable.
In 2023, Bahamian households and business owners were warned that insurance premiums could increase across the board by 15 to 20% as underwriters pull back from covering waterfront and family island risks. Bahamas Insurance Association, BIA, calling it a hard market for hurricane insurance and other property and casualty-related coverage as global reinsurers adjust to the multi-billion-dollar losses inflicted by Hurricane Dorian and similar storms throughout Florida and the Caribbean in recent years. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis underscoring the serious repercussions of climate change on the country's insurability status, revealing that the nation is facing the alarming prospect of becoming uninsurable due to the escalating impacts of climate change.
It's either going to be unaffordable because of the high costs, or insurance companies and your reinsurers will think twice about engaging in insuring because of the high risk.
Insurance agencies are factoring in the location of the Bahamas in the Atlantic hurricane belt, meaning that the islands are subject to disasters like hurricanes, storms, and cyclones. Some reinsurers have decided to exit this region altogether, cutting the supply of reinsurance and further driving up prices. The nation's chief says that Bahamians are feeling the effects.
We are now paying the price for that consequences, as it is reflected in the premiums we now pay for insurance. That is factored in. The risk is factored into our premiums.
To tackle these challenges, the Prime Minister has been advocating to hold countries responsible for large amounts of greenhouse gases accountable, disclosing ongoing efforts to collaborate with Lloyd's of London to develop a program aimed at assisting small island developing states, including the Bahamas, in coping with the impacts of climate change.
Still a work in progress because the challenges are strong, and we still have our reinsurers that are still not yet on board.
In other news, the Chief Executive Officer of the Grand Bahama Shipyard noting the significant role the ship care facility plays on Grand Bahama and the local economy. Jolanda Thompson-Everest reports.
One of the world's largest floating docks, the Grand Bahama Shipyard, is moving towards expanding its brand. But CEO David Scantleberry says that expanding operations and its company's culture is not what they are about. Instead, he emphasizes the opportunities that will arise for Bahamians and the impact to the Grand Bahama economy.
Imagine what it would be like if we took the $68 million out of the economy here in Grand Bahama. Imagine what it would be like if we didn't invest in excess of $500 million in Grand Bahama.
Scantleberry notes that the requirements for employees continue to fluctuate and that their lowest employment numbers could include 350 workers and as for its highest, up to 600 employees.
Million with, I don't know, DIY stores, sanitation services, you name it. That's what our outside spend is. There isn't another company, I think I put my salary on that, there isn't another company in Grand Bahama that spends that much in the local economy.
Scantleberry expounds that the shipyard is globally recognized and that Grand Bahamians should be proud of the reputation and market it has produced.
We got 90 more days of dock space left to sell, which is very good for a ship repair yard. And I can be even more positive now. I think in 2025, before the new docks arrive, we're already in a similar position that we've got business booked all the way through 2025, apart from I think it's 60 days, which is a pretty positive. And I think that demonstrates, and they're not all cruise ships, they're ships of all types, from all different owners from all over the world. And I think it demonstrates the confidence people have in the Grand Bahama Shipyard.
Now, currently, the Grand Bahama Shipyard is undergoing a $500 million investment to upgrade its infrastructure and diversify its services. The completion of the 2 docks remains on schedule. The first one expected to be completed by January 2026 and the second in the 4th quarter of 2026. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Thanks, Jolanda. Switching gears now, the Freeport Container Port, the center of a major drug bust over the weekend on Grand Bahama. The Drug Enforcement Unit of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, DEA, and Bahamas Customs making the significant bust of over $1 million. The discovery made thanks to what police officials called timely intelligence, which aided in their mission. Shane Stubbs has more in this report.
Acting swiftly on intel, officers of the Drug Enforcement Unit of the Royal Bahamas Police Force and Bahamas Customs made their way down to the Freeport Container Port and made the shocking discovery upon the search of one of their containers: 81 kilos of suspected cocaine.
What you're seeing before us today is a result of good communication and execution by our team.
That's Assistant Commissioner of Police Shanton Olds, who says through diligent police work, DEU, DEA, and Customs officers were able to intercept and search the container that housed the drugs estimated at a street value of $1.2 million.
We know that this shipment came from South America, and it is destined for somewhere in the U.S.
Knowing that it was a total team effort, ACP Knowles couldn't help but sing the praises of the officers who did their due diligence, leading to taking these narcotics off the streets.
We just want to say a very special thanks to our customs officers, our DEA agents here on Grand Bahama, and of course my drug enforcement officers who are consistent in once they get information or intelligence, they work the information and then they cultivate to bring success, what you're seeing here today.
Adding that the discovery was not by happenstance, Knowles assures that our teams are ready for in-duty calls.
This intelligence was certainly specific to dangerous drugs, but any other intelligence that come, we have officers who are skilled and knowledgeable who will certainly act on the intelligence.
With the dangerous drugs now confiscated, They are set to liaise with other agencies to further their investigations.
We will continue to work with our international partners so that they can do work on their end to identify those responsible for this shipment coming into our country with intentions of leaving our country.
According to Knowles, no suspect has been taken into custody at this time, and investigations will continue. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Well, still in news from the crime beat, police on Grand Bahama are still searching for leads into the discovery of a body found partially submerged in a pond at the Reef Golf Course in Lucaya on Friday morning. While police officials say that they are making some inroads in this case, Chief Superintendent of Police Darrell Ware Sr. continues to appeal to family members who have reported their loved ones missing to come forward. Ware noted that while there were no visible signs of trauma to the body, the deceased was wearing a red jacket and a black pair of pants. Still in the crime beat, police on Grand Bahama arrested a 23-year-old man following a firearm that was confiscated on Sunday, April 21st, 2024. Preliminary reports indicate that around 1:15 a.m., police responded to alerts from its shot spotter, which detected gunshots being discharged in the Ponciana Drive area. Once the officers arrived on Johnny Camp Crescent, they searched a male pedestrian, resulting in the discovery of an unlicensed firearm containing ammunition. The young man was subsequently arrested. The Anti-Gang and Firearms Task Force will continue their investigations into this matter. 6 teams heated head-to-head battle and one company crowned as the ZNS Corporate Fit Challenge champs. That story, sports, and more in the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition comes back.
If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Mark it down on your calendar. April 26th to 30th. It's Dolly Madison's pre-Mother's Day sale, where everything will be 25% off. No red tags, no exclusions. Everything store-wide. 25% off. So you can get mom exactly what she needs at the best price at Dolly Madison's pre-Mother's Day sale. Friday through April 30th. Spend $100 or more now through May 11th. You could win a $300 Mother's Day gift basket from Dolly Madison.
Come and see the cabinets and countertops in stock now at Specialty Kitchen and Bath, number 16 Oak Street. Phone them at 688-9661.
Grand Bahama, show us what you've got with our upcoming radio challenge, 60 Seconds of Fame. Submissions can be sent to zns3radio@gmail.com. Visit us on Facebook for more information.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority, in conjunction with the Grand Bahama Tourism Board and others, brings you Freeport Business Expo, May 2nd, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Grand Lucayan Resort Convention Center. Register today at freeportbusinessexpo.com.
While you are looking for sugar, someone can test your
KB.
I see it. My work is on the water.
Don't miss the best of the best. Turks and Caicos Islands, June 27th through 30th. TCI. Be there.
Gents, Mother's Day is coming up, and I'm thinking about upgrading my kids' mother's kitchen.
Man, I thought your children's mother was married to another man. You have to know when to let go. This is powerful. You know what? I'm going to upgrade my wife's kitchen for Mother's Day. I am sure she would love that.
I think so too. Check out Cornet Bahamas. They're having a pre-Mother's Day sale, 35% off store-wide starting April 16th to May 16th. The Sandy Port Plaza, Freeport, Albuquerque, and Iloilo.
It's your time to taste the grand life at the newly restored Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill at Grand Lucayan. Grand Bahama's premium sports bar, hangout, and entertainment hub. Available for special events. Stop in 7 days a week and join the successful business professionals, sports fanatics, foodies, and friends at the most pristine stretch of beachfront in Freeport. The ultimate party spot. Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill. Now open 7 days a week, Monday to Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Thursday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to midnight, with special guest artists from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. There's also Karaoke Friday, and on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays,
It's happy hour.
drinks and food specials at Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill, located at Grand Lucaya.
Call us today to book your parties, weddings, and special events.
At Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill.
Beach Bar and Grill.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. It was televised for all to see, the first ZNS Corporate Fit Challenge that invited teams from the corporate community to go head-to-head in a 4-week health and fitness competition. The challenge wrapped up on Friday, leaving one team with the coveted title. As Shalia Roll reports, the best part of the competition was the impact it is expected to have on the local community.
Hard work, commitment, and dedication was on display for the past 6 weeks at the first ZNS Corporate Fit Challenge. 6 companies, Buckeye, Grand Bahama Power, Grand Bahama Port Authority, ZNS, Doctors Hospital, and B&B Galaxy went head-to-head in several competitions, including an obstacle course, trivia, a cook-off, and a grueling gym challenge. But in the end, B&B Galaxy, the smallest company in the challenge, showed the most heart and took the crown home from the first annual Corporate Fit Challenge. Carol Rule, the president of B&B Galaxy, says that she is proud of her team, but more importantly, pleased to donate their winnings to a local charity.
I want to express my heartfelt congratulations to our team for their outstanding performance and their dedication in winning the competition. And it was hard work.
But perhaps the biggest winner of all is Reach Out Youth Organization. This nonprofit has been extending a helping hand in the community since 2007. The founders are grateful for this donation.
We were very excited to have been chosen by B&B Galaxy for this most generous donation toward our organization. We are a nonprofit organization, so any and every little bit helps. So we really appreciate being chosen as the NGO for this donation.
It does my heart well. You know, when you're doing what you do from your heart, and persons like B&B Galaxy decide to give us, the Reach Out Youth Organization, a great donation so we can continue.
For the past 2 decades, ZNS has dedicated the month of March to living a healthy lifestyle. This year, they wanted to do something differently by adding corporate companies to take part in the fun. Deputy General Manager Shashina Roll Farquharson says that they plan to continue these events.
So we have received a lot of calls from companies throughout Grand Bahama who are interested in also taking part in the ZNS Corporate Fit Challenge. This was just a test run, and so we know that next year is going to be bigger and it is going to be better.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rule.
Congratulations to B&B. Well, today is World Earth Day, and the Bahamas Mangrove Alliance was elated to host the Clinton Global Initiative, an international group that brings together leaders from across the public, private, and philanthropic sectors to take action on the most pressing global challenges. Boats took to the water in the Dover Sound area for the initiative, addressing the extensive damage caused by Hurricane Dorian that affected 70% of the mangrove population in the area.
We're happy to be able to host the Clinton Global Initiative today, and a few of the patrons who are visiting the island for them to see the work that we've been doing over the last few years with mangrove restoration, especially at Dover Sound because it was impacted by Hurricane Dorian. But since then, we've seen the community really come together for this mangrove restoration effort.
The event highlighting the Alliance's commitment to environmental preservation and their ongoing work to restore these crucial ecosystems. Officials say the intent is to continue raising educational awareness about the importance of mangroves and to engage with policymakers to advocate for sustainable management of these habitats.
And the mangroves still aren't coming back, and they're so important to the marine environment and coastal protection of the Bahamas that we're here to lend a hand and start kickstarting the recovery process of those mangroves.
The BMA has done a lot between Grand Bahama and Abaco so far with mangrove restoration, and it's awesome that international organizations like the Clinton Global Initiative is taking notice of the work that we are doing, and more international organizations are taking note and wanting to support these initiatives so that we can kickstart recovery and get mangroves back on track in the northern Bahamas.
It's now time for your Health is Wealth tip, brought to you by Lucayan Concierge.
Colorectal cancers are the third most common cancer among men and women in the U.S. and Caribbean. Persons with a family history of colon cancer, a personal history of inflammatory bowel disease or polyps, are at greater risk of developing this cancer. However, as we age, our risk also increases. Lifestyle habits also may increase the risk of colorectal cancers, such as lack of regular exercise, a diet low in fiber, high in fat, or high in processed meat, being overweight and obese. If you may be at risk of colorectal cancer or age 45 years or older, ask your doctor about screening options. High-sensitivity fecal occult testing can be done at your next physical, or you can get a referral for a colonoscopy. I'm Nurse Thorell Smith, urging you to have good colon health, as your health is your wealth.
And that's a look at stories making news. Jay, tell us what's happening in sports.
And in sports, Little League Baseball and Night League Tennis. Sports is next, right after this break.
New this spring at Island Bedding and Furniture, the Forever Flower Shop. Check out our new selection of artificial flowers and wreaths. Choose stems for your own projects or get a pre-made arrangement as a quick fix to a dull space. If you're a soon-to-be bride, inquire about bulk ordering for floral options that won't break the bank. It's all here at Island Bedding and Furniture, located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinary.
Hungry? Save the day with this hack. The tastiest hack is no longer a secret. Order 2 medium one-topping pizzas from Pizza Hut Freeport for only $22. Enjoy Pizza Hut while spending less all the way to the crust. Visit us at the store, carry out, or delivery. 2 medium one-topping pizzas for only $22. Call us at 352-9191. Pizza Hut Freeport. Enjoy all the way to the crust. Pizza Hut Freeport.
For all of life's twists, turns, and defining moments, RBC is open for all of you.
Veronica Bishop.
She said, "Hello, like we better come on now."
Sweet Emily.
Now you run away. Why you gonna love me? You know you couldn't handle it.
Don't miss the best of the best. Turks and Caicos Islands. June 27th through 30th. TCI. Be there.
I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to sports. It was a busy weekend with sports, rugby, but let's begin with Little League Baseball. In 8U play, Pelican Bay edged out FES by just 2 runs in a high-scoring game. The final score was 20-18. Now in 10U action, Riviera and Associates beat Bahama Rock 10-6. Bahama Rock again got the W against MSC 10-8. Moving up to 12U play, Silver Lion Builders won against the Lions 6-5, and in 16U action, the Yankees dominated the Lions 13-4, and the Red Sox lost to the Lions 4-1. Next in sports, Night League Tennis got off to a start last week at the Grand Lucayan Tennis Court. President of the Grand Bahama Tennis Association, Greg Regatta, is all in on the league.
We have different levels of play, and so you can come out and play at your level, you know, if you're interested in tennis. And that's the reason why, as an association, we backed it, we support it, and this is just one of the first initiatives that we have in place to grow tennis. We'd like to get in the schools again. We'd like to take tennis to the communities, on the parks, and just get the young folks more interested in tennis.
And finally in sports, the Freeport Rugby Football Club won the Capital Union Bank Bahamas Rugby Cup Championship on the weekend. The team defeated New Providence 38-34 to claim the title. And that is your quick check on sports, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
And now here is a look at your local weather forecast, sponsored by Royal Star Assurance.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Our Facebook friend of the day is up next. Stay with us.
We all need to save. Save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
Chino Tea.
Something just ain't right. There's not be no mosquito.
Elon Musk.
She makes.
Don't miss the best of the best. Turks and Caicos Islands, June 27th through 30th. TCI. Be there.
Welcome to Bellevue Business Depot, your ultimate destination for all your office and lifestyle needs. From top quality furniture to essential office supplies, copy paper, ink, and school essentials, we've got you covered. Visit our cafe for delicious coffee, Bahamian patties, hot dogs, nachos, and more. Our business center offers copies, emails, scans, prints, business cards, and even assistance with event programs and drawings. Trust our reliable Western Union service for sending money worldwide. Don't forget the balloons for that extra touch of magic for your celebration. Check out our range of printers and electronics for all your tech needs. Visit Bellevue Business Depot today, your one-stop shop for all your needs and more. Open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Bellevue Business Depot, where convenience meets quality.
When a storm strikes and knocks out power to your home, you may be forced to use a backup energy source such as solar panels or a generator. But do you know about the potential dangers and how to safely use backup energy sources? There's one major risk. It's called backfeed, and it can endanger you, a family member, or someone else, especially a lineman or electrician working at or near your property. Backfeed occurs when power travels from your solar setup or generator back through the utility lines, resulting in them being unknowingly re-energized. Backfeed creates a very dangerous and potentially deadly situation for line workers and the public. To prevent backfeed, generators, whether permanent or portable, should never be plugged into a home's wiring or directly to the circuit breaker panel. The best way to avoid backfeed is by installing a transfer switch. Preventing backfeed could save a life.
Welcome to Port in a Minute, an informative segment brought to you by the Grand Bahama Port Authority, where we update you on the latest news taking place within the port group of companies and our community.
We have so much going on in the tourism sector at the moment for the island of Grand Bahama. We have well over $2 billion worth of projects going on in Grand Bahama at this time, or in the pipeline. And in that $2 billion, the majority of that represents tourism-related products. The intent is for U.S. vendors and other vendors in that space to introduce their unique product offerings to the Bahamian people.
So the Freeport Business Expo Tourism Edition is happening on May the 2nd, which is a Thursday, and we want to invite everyone to come out and to join us. It's going to be happening at the Grand Lucayan Hotel. So May 2nd, put it on your calendars. You definitely want to be a part of this impactful event.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
BB Wild Goose, you are our Facebook friend of the day. Thank you for always watching. And that is going to do it for us here on the North. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, ground broken for multi-million-dollar PI project. New prison head confirmed, planet versus plastics. And in sports, new basketball association champions. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lopinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. The Davis administration today inking an historic deal with Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, one paving the way for the creation of the much-anticipated Royal Beach Club on Paradise Island. Stakeholders touting the project's potential to pump millions of dollars into the local economy, all while ensuring Bahamians secure a piece of the proverbial pie. Our Devontae Hanna was at the office of the Prime Minister this morning and has the latest on the growing partnership. Devontae?
Well, good evening, Makushla. It was an exciting day as the government of the Bahamas today signed a heads of agreement with Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, injecting millions of dollars into the Bahamian economy through its Paradise Island Royal Beach Club.
We embark on a $165 million project to further enhance the vitality of our tourism product.
Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Philip Davis, touting the signing as a significant milestone between the Bahamas and one of the world's leading cruise lines, one that promises to bring a new era of tourism and economic prosperity to the country. Acclaimed Royal Caribbean Group President Jason Liberty supports.
We very much hope that the Royal Beach Club will not only just bring the best experiences here to our guests, but it will also attract new guests here to the Bahamas, which we think is a great opportunity.
The agreement speaks to plans for the development of the Royal Beach Club, including construction, environmental conservation, and cultural preservation, all while maintaining the property will employ up to 200 Bahamians, producing short-term and long-term benefits.
It is anticipated that PDI Paradise Limited will hold at least 51% of the shares in the Royal Beach Club, with the remaining shares allocated to the National Investment Fund for the benefit of the Bahamian people.
As much as possible, every aspect of the service and operations will be made available to Bahamian companies to participate.
While the project has been the focal point of economic and environmental scrutiny, Prime Minister Davis is confident the Royal Beach Club won't impact businesses on Bay Street.
The island itself cannot accommodate all of the tourists that will be coming in by cruise lines. So we are creating other attractions. This will be one of it. I'm not concerned about any loss of business in any other side of the town.
Now, as preparations for the Royal Beach Club get underway, all eyes, as you can imagine, will be on the Bahamas as it aims to become a model for tourism in the region. Now, once completed, the Beach Club will host an average of 2,000 guests per day. Reporting for the Bahamas tonight in studio, I'm Devontae Hanno. Kush.
Well, thanks, Devontae. Now, paperwork for the $165 million property, 17-acre property that is aside, it was off to the groundbreaking ceremony for Paradise Island's newest getaway beach experience. Corval Pyfram has that angle.
High spirits and a sense of optimism were everywhere Monday at the groundbreaking ceremony of Royal Caribbean's beachfront experience, expected to be completed by summer 2025.
We will forge ahead, determined and optimistic toward a dazzling future for tourism in the Bahamas. And the Royal Beach Club is an important part of our plans.
The project was initially approved by the previous government, but our administration has diligently worked to reshape this venture to better serve the Bahamian people.
Dionisio de Aguilar was tourism minister back in 2017 when the project came about. He embraced it then and remains confident that it will be a net positive all around.
I've been supportive of this project from day one, and it's great to see, 3 years later that we finally got to this point where the deal is done and now construction can begin, and our marriage with the Nassau Cruise Port and Royal Caribbean can continue to grow.
Royal Beach Club Paradise Island President Philip Simon says this $165 million investment is record-setting in terms of the opportunities it provides for local vendors.
It's something in my professional career that I've not seen from a international investor partner with a government and a country to come up with a model where the majority, if not all, of the operations will be outsourced.
The project is a public-private partnership where Royal Caribbean retains a 51% equity stake, while the remaining 49% is allocated to a national investment fund for the benefit of the Bahamian people. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfram.
Now, on the sidelines of this morning's groundbreaking, the Prime Minister entertained questions on an issue that has re-entered the national discourse, marital rape. Local women's groups have been advocating for the government to address the issue. They want it to be criminalized and punishable through the courts. When asked about divorce for women in these kinds of circumstances, Prime Minister Davis issued this response to reporters.
We have to find an answer to that. I'm in fact meeting with the officials in the judiciary to see how we could speed up those things. But insofar as making it easier to have a divorce in those situations, the law is there. It could be easy. The problem is that most women they are abused in the sense that the abuse itself sort of disarmed them and disincentivized and disarmed them from moving forward because of another fear, the fear of surviving. What will happen if I divorce this man? And then where government has to come in, which we have been doing, is how we could support those persons if they reach a stage where they have to go, but they're concerned about maintenance, it's a concern about survivability. Government has to find a mechanism to ensure that they have some safety net to be able to survive.
Well, there's an emerging trend as it relates to illegal guns in the country. Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernanda this morning disclosing that criminals are adjusting illegal firearms like 9mm pistols to make them more deadly in the commission of crime.
It's a 9mm pistol, semi-automatic. What individuals are doing, there's a piece here that is connected to this weapon for it to become a full automatic. So when you hear 1, 2 shots, one behind another, you will just hear rapid shots. That's how quickly the bullets will be fired. And we are noticing this trend. It's just a piece that is connected to make it become fully automatic. We are recovering a lot of weapons like that.
Commissioner Fernando also indicating that just last Thursday, intelligence led officers to a known gang area in the Eastern District here in the capital, where they discovered a cache of high-powered weapons in a large bushy area. Police believe some of them were used in recent homicides.
The culprits there continue to be crafty, and these weapons are properly wrapped, plastic. Properly wrapped, and they were found in different areas on this property. They have some little caves, and they were well hidden. Well hidden. They came up with 4 high-powered rifles along with a pistol and a number of ammunition and magazines throughout that property, which was hidden. Our task force unit, assisted by our U.S. counterparts, this investigation is very much alive to try to identify persons to throw the net over everybody.
The police commissioner also using this morning's press briefing to urge motorists to slow down. The advice coming as investigations into Sunday's fatal 2-car collision continue. The early morning mishap taking place along West Bay Street, just west of Kiskadee Drive. Both drivers, one a 46-year-old Bahamian, the other a Filipino national, had to be extracted from their vehicles using the jaws of life. They died on the scene.
The fatalities continue to happen, not only in New Providence, but I'm concerned about the family of islands. You're talking about Abaco, Eleuthera, and Grand Bahama. You have to slow down, and we'll continue to take the message to the public in the family of islands, and Ms. Knowles and her team is doing just that in Grand Bahama.
Parents of a 4-year-old breathing easy tonight after the youngster's near-death experience Sunday afternoon. The hero in this story, a Paradise Island lifeguard. As the story goes, a family member briefly left the youngster in the kids' pool of a local resort to secure a child's life vest when, upon returning, the child was found unresponsive and floating in the water. We're told a lifeguard quickly responded, removing the little girl from the pool and performing CPR, successfully resuscitating her. The child was subsequently taken to hospital, where she was treated and later discharged. Well, a Good Samaritan, meantime, collapsed and died this morning following an early morning jog and swim. We're told that after exercising, the 60-plus-year-old helped someone with a flat tire. Shortly after, he fell out. Montague Beach, a routine stop for the man and a group of friends who gathered to work out. Following the incident, onlookers and medical teams rushed to assist but were unable to revive him, and autopsies to determine the exact cause of death. Still to come, clear confirmed. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse, the people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
We exposed 5 strangers to different KFC menus to see if the flavor can enhance any moment. And at the first bite, the party began. We repeated the experiment during the day, during business hours, on weekends, with sunshine, with rain. It's confirmed. Any moment can be a KFC moment.
Elaine, you hear what Boss Man was saying in the back there just now? About what? The luncheon? Why you always worried about food? No, about how we gotta pay a little more for national insurance. Mildred, you talking fool. I can't afford to pay that. And you're always crying, palm out. Ain't gonna be much. Boss still gotta pay. 1st of July, 2024.
I think that criminal benefit is what did help my boy Tony through the pandemic. That same unemployment benefit.
And guess what? What?
Susan, I think she'd get a pregnancy benefit, eh?
You mean maternity benefit, eh? So now, we gotta do our part to make sure we get our pension. All right, well, let me try and go back to agency, boss man.
Who will wear the crown? The countdown is on for the biggest finale ever, and you can have a front row seat to witness it all. It's the crowning of the 2024 Miss Teen Bahamas International, Sunday, April 28th, 2024 at the Atlantis Theater Paradise Island. Showtime, 8 p.m. Also expect a big announcement on finale night. That's the 2024 Miss Teen Bahamas pageant finale. Tickets VIP $65, general admission $50, and students with ID $35. Box office Divas Inc. West Bay Street. Miss Teen Bahamas pageant is brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, Star Apple, Wendy's, Titan Hospitality Group of Companies, Farmhouse Bistro, Zamar Group, The Point, Western Air, Superclubs Breezers, Atlantis Paradise Island, the Sugar Rush Lounge, and Strength Over Fear.
Let's make this moment last forever. Let's start a family together. With a house, a car, and kids. Oh, I love the way we live. I got it covered. BAF has got me covered. So live your life. BAF for life. So live your life. BAF for life. So live your life. BAF for life. BAF has got you covered.
Newly confirmed Commissioner of Corrections, Don Clare, issuing an impassioned plea for officials to speed up the construction of a new correctional facility, one for which he had hoped ground would have been broken last January. Clare says 99% of high school dropouts wind up in prison as they turn to a life of crime for survival. To possibly avoid this, he called on parents to instill in their children the importance of education.
If we don't build a facility and do it quickly, the hospital wouldn't be able to handle the amount of murders and the amount of carnage that will come their way. Because why? Because we cannot correct the persons properly in our current state.
Clare was speaking during his installation ceremony Monday, where he took the charge of oath, confirming his new role. And this after serving in an acting capacity since taking over the role from former Commissioner of Corrections, Charles Murphy, 3.5 years ago. He shares his immediate plans.
We're going to have a review of all the policies and procedures that we are doing now. And we're going to do a massive training exercise for the staff. We have signed now almost 3 MOUs around the world, and we have a crew going off to the US this morning. We have some going off tomorrow. We have about 15 going to Italy on Thursday of next week, and we have 35 going to Rome about a month after. So we're gonna blitz the entire world in terms of our staff knowing how and what to do as it relates to corrections.
Well, on the issue of a new correctional facility, progress being made in this regard, at least according to Minister of National Security, the Honourable Wayne Munro, who says Cabinet has approved a portion of the two-phased project that he anticipates will begin soon.
Cabinet has approved the construction of a new virtual court over that direction inside the gate to the west of the Zion Yamacraw Church. That's the first stage. I anticipate taking the revised position on the actual facility back to Cabinet in about 4 to 6 weeks.
Now, in addition to the virtual court, there will be 2 actual courts and accompanying cells to keep prisoners both secure and separated.
The next step would be the documentation part of it, because you will have construction documents and that to make sure that the project is delivered according to specs and within time. And just in case row day comes, you have to have a contract that sets out everyone's obligation. That is anticipated to be started, though, in this year here.
In related news, allegations that a prison officer was responsible for beating a prisoner attacked by several inmates several weeks ago is being investigated. An assurance straight from the mouth of Corrections Commissioner Claire. According to the prisoner's mother, it was another released inmate who informed her that her son, Dante Scott, had been taken from his cell to another to be beaten by some guys. Claire says since the incident, Scott has been doing well and is being housed in medium security.
Once the findings is available to me, the necessary action will take its course. You know, we are an administration, we hide nothing, and we protect no one. Do your work, and we will protect you.
Green thumbs all around. At least that's the hope. Scotiabank and BAIC today teaming up to distribute 1,000 trees to Bahamians to plant in their gardens. The Rawson Square giveaway, part of World Earth Day, time carved out each year to raise awareness, inspire change, and foster a deep connection with nature. Director of BAIC and owner of the Eden Farming Club, Philip Davis Jr., notes the importance of planting trees.
Plants give us the oxygen, also provide us with the shade. So in the shade of a tree, it gives you at least 15 degrees less than it is outside. So if it's 100 degrees, it's 85 degrees under the tree. This is a great initiative, like I said, and hopefully year after year, we'll be out here giving away plants.
Scotiabank's Director of Human Resources, Nadia Stubbs, says they're thrilled to partner with key stakeholders to give back in a tangible way.
We have partnered with the Eden Farming Club, who has helped us today by providing all of the plant care tips on the plants that we're giving away, and they've also helped us source all of the plants that we're giving away, which is a combination of both flowering plants and vegetables. We also have Bamsi here, who is helping to educate the public on all of the courses that they have available in agriculture and aquaculture, and we're just so happy to be participating.
Well, tonight we kickstart our World Relays trivia competition. For the next 2 weeks, we'll give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to attend this global sporting event right here at home. Tonight's question, what year was the first World Relays held? To answer, call 477-0546. That's 477-0546. The winner to be announced during tomorrow's night's newscast. We still have more news to come, but Amajal Knowles has a look at what's coming up in sports. Amo?
Coming up in sports, new champions crowned in the New Providence Basketball Association, as well as the Bahamas Youth Flag Football League, and a look at the races from the Lake Cunningham Classic. Details of those stories and more coming up in sports.
If you see news in the making, call ZNS News at 502-3800 or email us at znsnews@gmail.com.
Our Bahamas is truly blessed with more than 2,000 miles of coastline. These areas are among the country's most treasured assets, but they're also home to some of our most delicate and valuable ecosystems. We have both the responsibility and also the privilege to preserve our mangroves and, more importantly, to act as custodians to ensure their sustainability. We are excited to launch our For the Love of Mangrove initiative. We aim to deepen our collective commitment to environmental stewardship and sustainability and help restore and preserve our beautiful mangroves. In collaboration with Waterkeepers Bahamas Limited and Friends of the Environment, along with our Bahamas tourist offices in Grand Bahama and also Abaco, we're excited to show how Team Tourism is taking action to conserve and protect our mangroves in the Bahamas. We want to invite all Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, friends, families, and those that you know to partner with us to participate. We need your help to make a difference. And for those willing to donate to every cause, your contributions are certainly appreciated. This is just one more way that we are showing that we care about our natural environment. So let's work together to ensure that our mangroves thrive and flourish for future generations to come. Thank you, and remember, this pup's for you.
Yellow Elder Garden, Ali and her cousins listened to Grammy share tales. The 70s so sweet, with themed costumes and dancing feet. Then came the brass, reaching new heights, a symphony of Bahamian nights. The 2000s, the Yellow Elder, a symbol of pride. Grammy's legacy in view as Ali dances in her Yellow Elder costume. We are alive.
After 51 years, Popeyes is crashing the wings party with 5 flavors.
Makes no sense it took so long. Crispy outside, juicy inside.
Who are you?
We don't make sense. We make chicken. Y'all good?
Popeyes' new chicken wings make no sense. Marinated in Louisiana spices, hand-battered and flipped, and then we have the audacity to call all 5 flavors fast food? Someone should really say something or order something.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Now available at Popeyes in Nassau.
Simplified Lending, we know that your time is precious, so we've unscrambled the loan process, making it fast and hassle-free. You can have your answer in as little as 24 hours. When you qualify, we simplify. We are the best borrowing solution for tuition, home renovation, vacation loans, emergency medical expenses, purchasing a vehicle, and for business expansion loans. Simplified Lending for simplified living. Call us today or find us in the R&D Plaza on JFK Drive.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
The best of the best. Keep the vibes alive music group. Alpha Sounds Promotions present the best of the best Wicked Straight Explosion. As we ignite the grounds of Super Club Breezes, KB, Gino D, Funky B, Veronica Bishop, Ivy, the Barrowlanders, Elon Moxley, Shine 242.
Get your tickets now. Available online at BahamasEtickets.com or swing by the Beauty Shack on Soldier Road and Carmichael Road.
And we're not done yet. The Falcons, Shag Collie and the VIPs, Pat Ramey, Stevie S, Johnny Cake, Iron Store, Nobi, Mama D, and Nishi LS. Skyboxes and Skypods available. Call 394-0819. The best of the best Break and Scrape Explosion. Gates open at 6 p.m. May 11th at Super Club Breezers.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focus Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Local NGO Global Chaplaincy Center hosting its 4th annual awards dinner, assembling various civic leaders demonstrating compassion and evangelism in various disciplines. Lloyd Allen has the story.
6 community leaders now added to the history books through their work in improving communities with love. Global Chaplaincy President Dr. Marie McDonald says far too often these servants operate as unsung heroes. She says it is about saying thank you.
They are doing the work of chaplaincy, whether they know it or not, or whether or not they are chaplains. As a result, Global Chaplaincy Center wishes to honor those persons for the work they have been doing.
Event coordinator and lead chaplain Mary Charlton says the foundation of chaplaincy is having a heart for people.
You have to be a good listener. God gave us 2 ears, and that is really important because it means that we ought to listen twice as hard. We need to focus in on the needs of the persons because it's not about us.
Among the awardees, Press Liaison Officer for the Royal Bahamas Police Force, Chief Superintendent Kristen Skippings, and Great Commission Ministries founders Bishop Walter and Minnalee Hanschel.
It's truly an honor for persons to take time out to recognize the work that I've done in the community. The ministry started 36 years ago, and really at a time when we realized that the nation is hurting and still hurting, in need of people, of persons to be helped, the emergency shelter, feeding programs, all of that need dealing with at-risk children, at-risk youth.
Both admit the work continues.
So many persons now are homeless on the streets, and the majority of them are mentally challenged. I would like to see more of my Bahamian people given the opportunity to be able to find a place within this Bahamas and make contributions.
Skippings adding that the night was particularly moving, recalling the many lessons from her mother.
She'd say to me like she always say, keep soaring. The sky is the limit for you.
Other awardees include outreach ministers Anime Delancey and Deidre Finlayson, as well as evangelist Dr. Barbara Williams. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
The creative work of culinary artists and local entrepreneurs showcased during the 3rd annual Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation's Taste and Tell at the Western Esplanade this past weekend. Our Desmond Saunders was there.
Native culinary delights, soaps, exotic teas, herbal remedies, seasonings, and sculptures all on display during the 3rd annual Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation's Taste and Tell extravaganza at Araki.
Tomato jam, green seasoning, curry seasoning, cucumber hot sauce, hot pepper sauce, and we have a specialty blend of beverage that is our Taste and Tell.
Agricultural science teacher at the Sylvia Bethel Senior High School, Hazina Johnson, among 30 vendors at this year's extravaganza. For Johnson, the event provides an opportunity to train the next generation of local farmers.
We are more than happy to be a part of this event. It's the 3rd, but we are here for the first time. CV Bethel has been on the map for several years in several fields, agriculture being one, and it helps the young people to realize that they're not working in vain. A lot of students that are placed in agricultural science, sometimes they're a bit reluctant being there, but showcasing their time and talent, this surely will give them a boost.
General Manager of the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation, Troy Sampson, says the annual event helps to support local businesses and show the very best of what the Bahamas has to offer.
This event is really the incubator, I'd like to say, or the initiator for what we believe will be the penetration of local Bahamian processed items into our local market. We've been importing jams and jellies and ketchups and sauces all these years.
The Taste and Tell event also a springboard for local vendors and artisans to cultivate and realize their dreams.
These Bahamian vendors that you see out here, some of them are being judged right now, will now begin to, if they're among the winners today, be sponsored for more inventory, more equipment, more testing, and we're going to throw some PR behind their product to make sure that the public is aware. Milo Butler, our strategic partner, will do the distribution for them so that they can get to scale and really begin to make an impact.
With an annual $1 billion food import bill, organizers hoping the annual event continues to stimulate the local economy, encouraging local production and distribution of foods and services. Desmond Saunders, The Bahamas Tonight.
This isn't working out for me. A line perhaps many of us have heard sometime or the other in a relationship. It's also one a local mental health practitioner has helped use as a springboard for a new book that guides readers on a journey to make relationships more fulfilling. Jiminita Swain has the story.
Let's face it, relationships are challenging. Sometimes they start off smooth and then hit some rough waters. But therapist Dr. Edrika Richardson in her new book is offering solutions for readers on navigating those troubling times and coming out more authentic on all sides.
It's a book about relationships, any type of relationships in your life, whether it's familial, intimate relationship, friendships, and how do you learn to have those relationships? How do you even have a relationship with yourself? For a long time, we've been taught that we should be in relationships, but who taught us how to have them? So that's what the book starts to talk about. How do we start that initial process and then how we evolve throughout the process?
Dr. Richardson has co-authored this book with her colleague, Dr. Eileen Cohen, and she shares her inspiration.
Actually, a few years ago, I had, middle of the night, I woke up with a dream about a book, wrote the outline down, and then I met up with my co-author, and we had got a pitch from a publisher who said, pitch us the idea, and we merged both ideas we had together to come up with this as a result of all of the clients we've been having over time. And because we know that everyone is driven by their relationships, no matter what the relationship is about, and we just want to make sure people know how to start doing that and understanding yourself in the process.
Ultimately, what Dr. E hopes readers take away
is that the relationship process, as well as your relationship with yourself, is a journey. Like all relationships are a journey, they're not a task. And once you keep working on them, they will all get better. But it starts with you.
This book is found on any media platform that sells books, including Amazon and audiobook. For The Bahamas Tonight, I'm Jiminita Swain.
The editorial column, as I see it, has jumped in the row between the Grand Bahama Port Authority and the Davis administration. Our senior producer and columnist, Tanya Smith-Cartwright, says the inheritors of the Grand Bahama Port Authority do not possess the same degree of love and dedication for Freeport as their parents did. However, because of the prestige held by the original principals of the authority, a quote-unquote undeserved level of reverence has been bestowed upon the inheritors. Well, the topic of this edition of As I See It is the Grand Bahama Port Authority needs to be checked. Smith-Cartwright reasons that if the Grand Bahama Port Authority is dethroned as the primary authority over Freeport and made to align with the government of the Bahamas, it will bring real growth and steady progress to the fallen city of Freeport. As I See It is published on our website, that's ZNSBahamas.com, and our social media platforms every Monday. Through this column, Smith-Cartwright explores a multitude of trending, controversial, hot topics and brings them to us as she sees them. So to come, our feature of the night, Bingo's quest continues. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
Gents, Mother's Day is coming up, and I'm thinking about upgrading my kids' mother's kitchen.
Man, I thought your children's mother was married to another man. You have to know when to let go. This is powerful. You know what? I'm going to upgrade my wife's kitchen for Mother's Day. I am sure she would love that.
I think so too. Check out Cornet Bahamas. They're having a pre-Mother's Day sale, 35% off store-wide starting April 16th to May 16th. The Sandy Port Plaza, Freeport, Albuquerque, and Iloilo.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Are you a business with 3 or more vehicles looking for the perfect fueling solution? Well, look no further.
I can go to any Rubis service station and get fast and easy service without any form of payment.
I can top up my fuel account and generate reports anytime online.
We at Wildflowers enjoy significant savings from fraud reduction. The Rubis system provides optimum security and peace of mind.
Email bahamassales@rubis-bahamas.com to sign up now.
Resolved that the Bahamas has made sufficient advances to effectively deal with the mentally challenged in our communities. The moot debated at the recent 26th Annual National Debate Championship Finals, being dubbed one of the fiercest of the competition's history, which showcased the opposition and all-boys combined Exuma team versus the proposition and all-girls team from St. George's High School. Winning the battle, St. George's High School.
We know what it takes to win, and we know what the judges are looking for. And to tell you the truth, we were up until 3 o'clock last night just preparing and making sure that everything was perfect. So it was a mixture of tiredness and the joy of winning and everything.
Capturing Best Speaker for the proposition was Brielle Moore, and taking that spot for the opposition was Cheston Taylor.
I felt that it was going to be a very tough competition between my team. Because I know we all gave our best shot, and I know we all were up to par with each other.
It took a lot, sometimes late nights, most time late. Honestly, I feel as though the debate took over my whole life at some point. The research was a bit difficult because, as you know, mental illnesses are not the main focus in the Bahamas, and in the Bahamas we usually push it to the side. So the research was a bit difficult for us to find, but we still managed to get it.
Meantime, this year's champion offers advice.
It helps you in everyday life, and like some of my mentors have told me, it'll be easier for me to write college essays and things along those lines, being that we're doing the BAIC now, and it requires a lot of time and attention and writing skills.
The debate was sponsored by Brass and Leather and the Ethan S. Bain Environmental Health Foundation. I'm Madame Williams.
If there is one way the country could improve its investment landscape, it's through Bahamians investing in tourism and on a large scale. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honourable Chester Cooper, throwing out the challenge to Eleuthera's business community during that island's 2-day business outlook seminar Thursday.
If you think of all of the resorts in Eleuthera, if you think of all of the resorts in New Providence and Exuma for that matter, you will find that most of them are owned by foreigners. If we are so bullish and we are so optimistic and enthusiastic about the growth and the potential we're seeing in tourism, why aren't we investing more in tourism? Now, I will tell you that I am very delighted to see many Bahamians all across these islands, including Eleuthera, investing in vacation rentals, listing their homes or their apartment or their cottage on Airbnb, participating in tourism, and enjoying some of the wealth that tourism is bringing.
The minister's comments come as the Bryland Club has already pumped $130 million in the ground, with every expectation that another $150 million will be invested. South Eleuthera's $200 million Ritz-Carlton also progressing, and there's more.
Utopia is $75 million, and this is in the Governor's Harbor area. Disney Cruise Lines has invested $400 million in Lighthouse Point development, and we anticipate this quarter that we are going to have an inaugural voyage of Disney Cruise Lines to Saudi Luthra, and I'm looking forward to this. This, again, is an opportunity for Bahamians to participate and engage actively in the industry. We are bringing the numbers. We want and need more experiences to get persons out of the hotels or off of the ships and spending money.
Oh, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makisha. We have partly cloudy skies, and we can anticipate some more clouds developing overnight. All the details coming up later in the newscast, but right now the temperature, a warm 80 degrees ahead of an advancing frontal system. A relative humidity, 68%. We have southwest winds at 2 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,014.6 millibars. That is 29.96 inches. And your temperatures around the Farming Valleys this evening, 71s in Marshall, Abaco, Great Torquay, and in Freeport, Grand Bahama. The Berry Islands at 77, Alistown, Bimini, 74 degrees, 79 in Hopper Island, Roxanne, Eleuthera, 78, 82 degrees in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. Kemp's Basin of Andros, 83 degrees. Black Point, Exuma, 83. 77 degrees in Alderstown, Cat Island. San Salvador at 76. Also, Rum Key at 76 degrees. Georgetown, Exuma, 79. 80 degrees in Regatta Island. Clownstown, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Maguana, 79. Ackland, 79. Matchetown, Nagua, 80 degrees. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 81 degrees. Your boating forecast tonight in the Northwestern Islands, those winds will become northwest to north behind a frontal system. The winds will be picking up 15 to 20 knots. Wave heights building 4 to 6 feet. So caution flights will go up later on tonight behind that front. Now, the high tide, that will occur at 8:01 tonight, and small craft are asked to exercise caution. For the central and southeastern islands, the winds will be light and variable with flat sea conditions 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. Tomorrow, in the northwestern central islands, the winds become northeast behind the front, 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. So we will maintain caution flags for both the northwestern central islands on Tuesday. Now, the high tide tomorrow will take place at 8:14 in the morning, with a low tide at 2:20 in the afternoon. Into southeast Bahamas on Tuesday. Northeast winds 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Middle of the week, Wednesday, winds become easterly in the northwestern parts of our country at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. The high tide on Wednesday, 8:15 in the morning, with a low tide at 2:54 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands on Wednesday, the winds northeast 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. So once again, we're asking small craft in the central and southeastern islands on Wednesday to continue to exercise caution. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. The extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
At Cartwright, our members know that there's a lot to smile about. They know that membership has its privileges. Guaranteed low pricing on every item, every time you shop. Each membership comes with 2 cards. That's one for you and a free card for a member of your household. Gold card holders earn an annual 2% rebate up to $500. Cartwright members get discounts at other participating businesses. So that's a lot to smile about. Whether it be clothing, appliances, home goods, or groceries, shop at Cartwright, where membership truly has its privileges.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while doing my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage a claim.
Oh? By the way, it's not newer. It's N-U-A. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
Pick up your favorites today at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Rainbow Chunk Tuna, 5 ounce, 2 for $1.89. Nesca Yellow Grits, 1 pound, $1.49. Olivia Vegetable or Canola Cooking Oil, 48 ounce, $4.99. Whole chicken wings, $1.99 per pound. Idaho potatoes, 5-pound bag, $4.99. Find the foods you love at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
J.S. Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your Monday Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles. It was a dramatic Game 5 last evening at the Kendall Geologics Gymnasium in the final game of the New Providence Basketball Association Championship between the Produce Express Rockets and the Commonwealth Bank Giants. Let's take a look at the highlights. Game 5 winner-take-all in Providence Basketball Association Championships. Discount distributor Rockets, Commonwealth Bank Giants to the tape. Both teams would struggle early from the field as neither would score a bucket in the first 3 minutes. The Rockets capitalizing early on with some second-chance opportunities to gain an advantage. Giants back on the offensive. Jeffrey Henfield with a triple here. Giorgio Walks would answer with a 3 of his own. He had 15 on the night. The Giants would cling to a 1-point lead after 1, but in the second, this is where the momentum would swing. Giants star guard Michael Furley-Bain would get seriously hurt on a routine play and would have to be carried out of the gym. ZNSO sports team understands that he ruptured his patella tendon in his knee, and that would require surgery. Best wishes to Furley and a speedy recovery. Back to the hardwood, though, the Rockets would answer the Giants at every turn. Not the prettiest game by any stretch of the imagination, but the Rockets would prove to be the much grittier team in this one, and they would walk away with the 67-61 win.
But basically, in the first half, they was outplaying us, you know what I mean? They wanted more. That's the first half. I made an adjustment in the second half. I tell my team, if we stay together, stay poised, and stay hungry, we can come back and win this game. You understand? I tell them once we make one key stop and we take this lead, we isn't looking back. And so said, so done.
It was a tough game. We know coming into this game, I told the guys, I said, hey, we have a loss in the green jersey. So I know once we execute it, limit our turnovers, and hustle back and transition defense, I know he's going to pull it off.
Over in Exuma, residents and organizers hard at work preparing for the start of this year's National Family Island Regatta. Our Marcellus Hall is there and has this report.
Well, Amajal was still a few days away from the actual start of competition here in Georgetown, Exuma, but that doesn't mean preparations aren't already well underway. New Commodore Dallas Knowles says he's looking forward to some big things. He gives us an outline of what we can expect once Regatta gets underway.
Well, I think a big addition we've added this year is the app for the National Family Island Regatta. So if you don't have it, go to either the Android or Apple Store, download it, National Family Island Regatta app. It has links to all the live broadcasts during the races, results instantly, updates, information on all the boats, all the skippers. So we're trying to put more information in the hands of the spectators and the fans of sailing instead of them having to wonder what's going on. So I think that's a big addition that we're looking forward to this year, as well as, the usual things that everyone enjoys in Georgetown, watching the races from the wall, all the fun, exciting competition in Elizabeth Harbor, the great shacks, the great food, music, all that will be there. But we're just trying to bring the sailing aspect of it a little closer to everybody.
Now, Knowles also adding this will be a record number of boats participating at this year's event.
That's true. We're up to almost 90 boats. We'll have the final count when we see who's on the barge from Nassau in a few hours. We have E-Class boats that are being built. The paint's still drying on the barge. I think 7 or 8 new E-Class this year alone. The C-Class and the E-Class are almost the same size, almost 35 boats in each class there. So I anticipate next year the E-Class will probably overtake the C-Class as the largest fleet at the Regatta, just because so many people are using it to get into sailing because it's so affordable.
There will also be a new A-Class boat taking to the water. Dallas says this should be something special to see.
Yes, we have Pat Smith's new boat, Captain Jean, sailing for the first time Wednesday during the Prime Minister's Cup. So we're very excited about that. I had a sit-down interview with Pat a few days ago, just asking him about the process of building the boat, everything that he put into it. So we're really proud of him as Exumians for the work that he put in, giving us a boat that was built here in Exuma, sailed by people from Exuma to compete against the best A-Class in the fleet. So we're really looking forward to seeing how she does.
Just a couple of days away, the ocean race will be the first thing to get things going as far as competition is concerned. But all in all, the excitement is brewing here in Georgetown. Reporting for ZNS Sports, I'm Marcellus Hall.
Still on the water on Saturday, rowers hit the water at Lake Cunningham for the inaugural Lake Cunningham Classic put on by the Nassau Rowing Club. Participating schools included King's College, Lyford Key International, as well as Windsor. The event serving as a benchmark to show the progression of the sport and how far it has come in recent years, with nearly 100 athletes competing. And the Bahamas Youth Flag Football League crowning new champions on Saturday as the Big Red Machine of St. Augustine's College with a clean sweep in both divisions. 11 teams competing from SAC, Queens College, Kingsway, Doris Johnson, CB Bethel, as well as Windsor. In the under 14 division, SAC would triumph over QC 24-6. In the over 14 division, SAC would once again dominate with a 22-8 win over Kingsway. That's a look at your sports on this Monday, everyone. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Are you a business with 3 or more vehicles looking for the perfect fueling solution? Well, look no further.
I can go to any Rubis service station and get fast and easy service without any form of payment.
I can top up my fuel account and generate reports anytime online.
We at Wildflowers enjoy significant savings from fraud reduction. The Rubis system provides optimum security and peace of mind.
Email bahamassales@rubis-bahamas.com to sign up now.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at what do we have yet another frontal system heading our way. Right now, it's presently across the extreme northwest part of the country, producing some cloudiness over Abaco, Grand Bahama, and the Berry Islands, and that will eventually sink towards the south and east. And if we're lucky, we could get 1 or 2 brief passing showers later on tonight as that system pushes towards the south and east. Now, tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy conditions with a thunderstorm in parts of the area, depending on where you are. And that will happen later on tonight with a low temperature of 75 degrees. Now, tomorrow, things will shape up quite nicely with that frontal system to the south of us. We're looking at mostly sunny and a bit breezy conditions with a high temperature of 79 degrees. And your extended weather forecast, despite that front coming through, we're going to have some beautiful days ahead of us right through the weekend. Lots of sunshine during the daytime. Those nighttime temperatures, they're going to drop to a comfortable level. We'll start to see once again some upper 60s starting out tomorrow night, and that will be with us pretty much until we get into but Saturday, and then on Sunday we'll climb you slowly back into the 70s, low 70s, and that will take place and continue through the early part of next week. But just before I close, I'd like to pay tribute to Sybil Archer. She celebrates her 103rd birthday today. She is the mother of 2 good friends of mine, Johnny Moon and Sammy Archer. She's also the grandmother of the Honorable Jomo Campbell, and I say to Simple tonight, continue to enjoy the fruits of your labor and the remainder of your special day. Makishna?
Well, thanks, Basil. And in our final story tonight, on to the next. World Relay's mascot Bingo continuing his school tours and again tagging along our Charles Fisher.
Everywhere he has made a stop, Bingo has received that rock star treatment. Hugs and screams from his adorable fans. No exception here at Eva Hilton Primary School. Principal Glendina Mills very pleased to see the excitement and joy on her student faces this morning.
Wow, I mean, much joy and much excitement. Once he came out, I mean, he lit up the place. It was kind of hard to get them settled back in, but that's not a problem. We, too, are excited about why he was here this morning. This school is an athletic school, and when we go into any competition, we go in to win.
For students like Tajay Curry and Takai Seaford, they just can't wait for the games to begin.
Looking for Shawnee Miller and some other runners because they are my inspiration to be good in track and to do good in school. I like seeing all the people running and doing their best to become the best that they can be.
9-year-old fourth grader Daniel Ramsey, his favorite sport is track and field.
I like to run a lot, and I'm trying to get fit too.
Okay.
I like running because I get more endurance, and when it comes to Olympic, one day I want to go to the Olympics, and I want to cheer on my team too.
Bingo doing his best to generate all kind of excitement ahead of the games May 4th through 5th at the Thomas & Robinson Stadium. See you there. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Charles Fisher.
And that does it for the Bahamas Tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.